My name is Claire Morgan. I'm 32 years old, and 6 hours before my brother's wedding, he stood in my parents' kitchen, took the keys to my car, and told me I was no longer invited. Not because I had caused a scene. Not because I had insulted his bride. He said I had betrayed him. And 20 minutes later, my entire family believed him. Claire stole from me, my brother Ethan told our parents. I found the proof. I stared at him. What did I steal? He placed a printed bank statement on the kitchen counter. $20,000. My mother gasped. My father looked at me as if I had suddenly become someone he didn't recognize. I picked up the paper. There was a transfer from Ethan's savings account to an account with my name attached to it. The amount was exactly $20,000. I felt my stomach drop. I didn't do this. Ethan shook his head. Of course you didn't. His sarcasm was almost worse than the accusation. Ethan, look at me. I have never taken money from you. You had access to my laptop. For 10 minutes, 3 weeks ago. And you knew my banking password. Because you asked me to help you reset it. My mother stepped between us. Claire, please. Today is supposed to be about Ethan. I looked at her. He's accusing me of stealing $20,000. And you're making it worse. That sentence hurt. Because my mother wasn't asking Ethan for proof. She was asking me to stop defending myself. Ethan folded his arms. I don't want the police involved. I stared at him. Why not? He hesitated. Because you're my sister. No. If you genuinely believe I stole $20,000, call the police. Nobody spoke. Then Ethan quietly said, Fine. He reached for his phone. But before he could unlock it, his fiancée, Hannah, walked into the kitchen. She was still wearing her wedding robe. Her hair was half finished. She looked at all of us. What happened? Ethan immediately stepped toward her. Claire stole money from me. Hannah looked at me. I shook my head. I didn't. Ethan showed her the statement. Hannah read it. Then she looked at him. Where did this account come from? What? The receiving account. Ethan's expression changed. It has Claire's name. That wasn't my question. She turned the paper toward herself. What's the account number? Ethan became irritated. Hannah, why are you interrogating me? Because something doesn't make sense. She looked at me. Claire, did you ever give Ethan your bank information? No. Hannah looked back at Ethan. Then why does this document only show her name and not the actual account holder information? Ethan snatched the paper. Because that's how the bank statement prints. Hannah stared at him. No, it isn't. The room became silent. My father frowned. Hannah, what are you saying? She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she looked at Ethan. Where did you get this? Ethan's face tightened. My online banking. Then open it. What? Open your banking app. He stared at her. She repeated. Open it. For the first time that morning, my brother looked frightened. He pulled out his phone. Hannah stepped closer. Show us the transfer. Ethan opened the app. He scrolled. Then stopped. I watched his face. The color drained from it. Hannah noticed. What's wrong? Nothing. Then show us. Ethan locked his phone. I'm not doing this right now. Hannah's expression changed. Ethan. He looked at her. Trust me. She shook her head. I did. That was when I knew something much bigger was happening. Hannah took her phone from her pocket. I checked our wedding account this morning. Ethan stared at her. What? The account we created for wedding expenses. His mouth opened. She continued. $20,000 is missing. My father stepped forward. Missing? Hannah nodded. And the transfer happened 3 weeks ago. I looked at Ethan. He had stopped breathing normally. Where did it go? My mother asked. Hannah looked directly at him. That's what I was trying to find out. Ethan suddenly became angry. Why are you doing this today? Because I found another transfer. She turned her phone around. Another $15,000. Then another. $8,000. $12,000. The total was over $55,000. My mother covered her mouth. I stared at Ethan. That's more than the money you said I stole. He didn't answer. Hannah's eyes filled with tears. Ethan, where did our money go? I was going to replace it. With what? Silence. Ethan, He finally whispered. I had a problem. My father looked furious. What kind of problem? Ethan sat down. Debt. Hannah stared at him. How much? He didn't answer. How much? About 80,000. Hannah stepped backward. I felt something cold settle in my chest. Ethan had not simply lost money. He had been taking money from people around him. Our parents. His fiancée. And now he had tried to make me responsible. But I still didn't understand one thing. Why me? Ethan looked at me. I waited. Finally, he said. Because you were the easiest person to blame. My mother's face changed. Ethan, he continued. You don't have a husband. You don't have kids. You live alone. You have no one who would immediately defend you. I stared at him. He wasn't even angry anymore. He was admitting it. You knew they'd believe you over me, I whispered. Yes. That one word broke something inside me. Not because I was surprised. Because I wasn't. I suddenly remembered every family dinner where Ethan's mistakes became bad luck. Every time I was told to be understanding. Every time I was expected to apologize first. I looked at my mother. Did you really think I could steal $20,000? She began crying. I didn't know what to think. You knew me for 32 years. Ethan stood. Claire, I'm sorry. No. He stopped. You don't get to apologize because you got caught. Hannah looked at him. Did you actually transfer money into an account connected to Claire? Ethan said nothing. My heart stopped. Ethan? Hannah's voice became colder. Answer her. Finally, he nodded. My father slammed his hand against the table. You deliberately created a transfer that looked like Claire received your money? I was going to move it back. You framed your own sister. I panicked. No, I said quietly. Everyone looked at me. You planned it. Ethan's eyes met mine. And I saw the truth. He had created the fake trail weeks before the wedding. He had probably expected me to panic when confronted. He expected me to cry. He expected my parents to pressure me into staying quiet. And he expected the wedding to distract everyone from the missing money. But Hannah wasn't distracted anymore. She called her bank. Then she called the wedding venue. Then she canceled the ceremony. Ethan stared at her. You can't do this. Hannah looked at him through tears. I can. It's 6 hours before our wedding. I know. You'll destroy everything. Hannah shook her head. You did that when you decided your sister's life was worth sacrificing to save your own. Ethan turned toward me. Claire, please. I didn't answer. The police were eventually contacted. The investigation showed that Ethan had accumulated substantial debt through a failed business investment. He had used wedding funds to cover earlier losses. Then he borrowed from our parents. When they started asking questions, he created a transfer designed to make it appear that I had taken $20,000. He thought my family would protect him. He was right about one thing. They almost did. But Hannah refused. And that changed everything. The wedding was canceled. My parents were devastated. For several weeks, my mother barely spoke to me. Not because she believed I was guilty anymore. Because she was angry that I hadn't protected Ethan. One evening, she called. Your brother needs family. I was silent. He's still your brother. I know. Then why won't you help him? I finally answered. Because helping him hide what he did isn't helping him. She cried. I did too. But I didn't change my decision. Ethan eventually admitted what he had done. He faced financial and legal consequences. Hannah ended the engagement. And my relationship with my brother became something I never expected. Distant. Not hateful. Just distant. Months later, he sent me a message. I blamed you because I knew everyone would believe me. I'm ashamed of that. I read it several times. Then I replied, I hope you become someone who never needs to do that again. I didn't say I forgave him. I wasn't ready. And I realized something important. Forgiveness isn't always the first step. Sometimes the first step is simply refusing to let someone hurt you again. My brother thought I was the easiest person to sacrifice because I lived quietly. He confused quietness with weakness. He was wrong. I didn't ruin his wedding. I didn't destroy his future. I didn't expose him because I wanted revenge. I simply refused to accept a lie that was designed to protect him. And in the end, The person who saved me wasn't a lawyer, a detective, or even my parents. It was the woman who was supposed to marry him. Hannah asked one simple question. Where did the money go? And that question uncovered everything. So tell me honestly, if your own family framed you for stealing money just to protect someone else, would you expose the truth, even if it destroyed a wedding and changed your family forever?